Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. Happy February 22nd. It's Pisces season. I hope everyone has been enjoying their day, night, afternoon. Um, I wanted to do reading. I was thinking about doing a video on my other channel too. I might wait a day. I have my first world things that had transpired, and I will talk about it. And there is a little bit of it that goes into the reading, so this will probably be the first couple minutes. But just to backtrack, so uh, I got my nails done the other, well, technically I got it done the other day too, but I initially got it done. Then I had some things that happened too where one of the nails was getting water in it. So I went back. They had me pay for it. I'm like, why do I have to pay for it? Because I was like washing my hands and what have you. And then another nail, the nail was like starting, like the top coat was like chipping away, and it was just gradually chipping more and more, not my nail. Um, so I didn't want to go back, and I decided that I would find the nail salon that I went to a couple of years ago. Um, I visited my parents once before in this area, and I got my nails done here and I loved it. So I was excited because I tracked it down and I found the nail salon. And then I get there, like, well, I call before and I make sure I could go. And then I get there all excited. And then one of the people there said that that they called and left a message saying that they couldn't take me in, and they had another person that was supposed to come in when they said that I could come in. And I was like, I didn't get a call or like a message. And then I'm like, so when can I come in? And they're like, Thursday. And I'm like, I didn't even say anything. I honestly kind of just walked out because the person didn't even walk all the way up front. Like the person like was in the back and just stayed in the back. And I'm like, okay, well, this isn't really like a full-on conversation. So I just kind of walked away because it was just like, again, I drove out of my way. So I feel like a lot of times, and me always saying like stuff's a sign, like I feel like it was a lot of times I feel like I'm guided to do something specific, and I've been wanting to do my nails again. I did it for a short bit a couple of years ago, and then I feel like I found it. I did find the answer that I was looking for. So, um, my nails, like they grow super fast, so they're all sorts of colors right now. Oh, nail polish and then everything else. But they're this length, and I didn't want to shorten it too much, just in case like I was trying to practice on it. But I bought supplies today to do it. The only thing that I don't have is like a drill, because I still put like the powder on top because I love the extras. Well, it's not like strength in that way. Well, strength like with your nails, because it's not good for your nails, but um like if I slam it on something, then it won't break, and I've had that and I love it. So, I was testing it out. I tested it out on my middle finger and I'm really happy. Oh, the answer that I was getting was like, I'm sorry, this is just like my conversation. But I don't know how interesting it is, but So I was watching like videos on doing nails at home, and I saw that like one of the things that I had that made me not want to do it at home was like I didn't have the correct top coat for it at the time. So what would happen is no matter how many times like you put it under the lamp or the UV light, like it just would not cure. And um I was like wondering what supplies, like maybe my supplies are wrong, but I needed the correct top coat so it wouldn't stay gooey. Because if it like it kept staying gooey and um like stuff, stuff sticks to it like hair and what have you, and it's not something that you definitely don't want that. So I heard someone on the video, she was talking about that, and she's like, to not have that happen, you'll need this specific like top coat. Like you need a top coat for it. And I feel like I had one, but like I feel like it definitely wasn't the correct one. And so I got it and I did the process without the drill, so it's not like shaped or anything. But I'm still super happy because it did work. And now I get to do my nails exactly how I want them to be, because a lot of times like I go to these nail salons and I tell them what I want, and as they're doing my design, like they give me the look and they like double check. They're just like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I'm like, "This is the only design that I get. Yes, I'm mega sure that I want to do this." So, um I did want a stronger drill because um the one that I had last time, it wasn't that strong. They had one in the store, but I actually had that one too. I had two actually. So I'm like hoping that the one that I bought is going to be what I'm looking for. And another thing that's not nail related, I was also thinking, well, before getting to that, because I feel like getting all the supplies now is the bulk of it, but then over time it's really going to pay off because like the prices fluctuate depending on where you go, especially the state. And it was cheaper in some states, more expensive in some states. This state was it was okay for the pricing, but then you tack on like what you want to do and then the tip. So I feel like it's good. The only thing is like, um, well, I'm house sitting my parents and then I'll get my own place again and move, and then I don't feel like I'll be living by myself forever. So as you could imagine, this process involves chemicals, and so it's like a lab when I go to work because I would compound medications at work, and now it'll be like a lab at home. And I don't know what that says about me, but I like the smell of the chemicals. You're not supposed to inhale it like super often, but I don't think I will be. So I don't know how others would react to it. So, crack a window and try to do it sparingly, but happy with the results. And then I wasn't supposed to, well, I have my federal tax return. I still, it's the state tax return is still on its way. So I didn't want to get everything. So I tried to like see the stuff that I needed and then wanted, and then sometimes it feels like not over like the top, but since I kind of wait to get everything, I get it like all at the same time usually because I wait for the right time to get the stuff. It feels like there's so much, but then I go through like periods where I'm not like buying the stuff. So, that was mainly the conversation, but I wanted to get in a featherweight Singer sewing machine because it's a lot lighter than the one that I have, and I love the one that I have, and I definitely don't mind using it at all. I feel like when I travel and move, I will want to carry a lighter sewing machine. So maybe this could be one that stays in one place depending on where I keep it. And then to move with the featherweight. And it's a more expensive sewing machine. So I got mine for a pretty decent price. And then um, I got it oiled and cleaned. And then for the featherweight, um, I would say it's a little more than double the price, which isn't an expensive sewing machine, like super, super expensive. But I think it's like one of those, not midway points, but kind of pricey if you're, but not super pricey if you're looking to sew a lot. And there is a valid point of this generation being like the first generation that's not being taught how to sew. So that is a little, but so I was thinking I would like bid on eBay. I don't like keeping track of those things because I feel like it kind of is I don't like keep I don't like to keep checking these posts about the listings, but when they bid, they start off at a low point, and a low point is around like 250. So, I saw one that will be, I didn't go for see the ones that are lasting like a couple days because that's like annoying because again, I don't want to watch it the whole time. But I think at some point maybe I'll do it, or I feel like it might be a good time to do it because then if I don't do it now, then I'll end up like waiting a long time to do it. So I'll see if I if it's meant to be, and I'll if I win the bidding war thing because it gets sad when you bid and then like the last 10 seconds somebody I guess that maybe has done this before constantly they would bid the very last second so you wouldn't win, and I obviously they don't do it like directly at you, but they want to win at on the bid. So I'm trying to just wait it out because I'm like, I don't want to spend an insane amount on a sewing machine. I already have a functioning, so I have functioning sewing machines like surrounding me, not like literally. I mean, kind of literally because it's on the other side of the room. But I'll get started on the reading. Oh, and I saw something today, and I thought it was telling because there's like this old box in the bathroom because there's like drawers and it doesn't have that many things, but there's this one box that was mine growing up, and it was like a board game box. I don't even remember how to play the game. It's not like, well, I wasn't like a board game person. I didn't have a lot of board games, but it was like a random um girly game, and it says on the box something like best friends forever play together. And I thought that was something that was telling. I feel like there could be the definite connection of maybe getting to know somebody or rekindling something or continuing or like the friends to lovers type thing. Oh, as I so that reversed Four of Swords. Oh my God, I'm just gonna do it like that. And I feel like this can be definite too because when it's reversed and there's the aspect of the swords element where it can do has it can link to communication. Um, and since it's reversed and there's multiple people on the card, I feel like it kind of solidifies just not talking like a lot to random people, if you will. Well, in general, the swords card, well, the Four of Swords is like a resting stage in some way, and almost like the recuperation of the Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords can be like a traumatic experience that really affected the psyche or like some type of mentality or the way that you view things, or sometimes like you don't talk about things. I feel like this is almost like an opening up stage and wanting to kind of there's a focus, but there's like an exploration on those focuses or like that one focus. Because I feel like in a way it kind of clarifies or narrows down. There can be like a cloudedness that you can get from the Three of Swords. Um, because it can also build this like confusion too. But something kind of clears it with the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, it's almost like a good night's rest too. And being able to think things through, or again, to heal those memories and wounds, and maybe do things differently or pursue things the way that you would have wanted to, and not having those past experiences hold you back. I'm bringing out a couple different decks. So this is the Slavic Legends Tarot, and then I have my deck, the Earth Fairy Tarot, and then the Angel Oracle. And like when I got out of that place, like when I went to the salon, I called my friend and she answered. Well, she called, no, she didn't answer. She called me back. And I haven't talked to her in a while. She's my um friend that I've known, one of my friends that I've known the longest, but I feel like once I'm someone's friend, it's usually like a super long time, like with the connection. It doesn't usually sever, and if it does, it like um I don't think I have that much beef with people unless they're like random. But she was saying, she's like, oh my God, I saw your video on your personal channel. Like, what happened with your nails? And I'm like, don't even get me started. I literally just got out and I just like made it more dramatic than what it was. But I was so just, I wasn't shocked. I was like, I also spent gas to get there. So I was kind of like, ugh. Um, I didn't really know how to respond to that, but I felt like it was more clarification for me to just like do it myself. I feel like a homesteader right now, but doing like specific things that I want to do. I really had to make the pierogies today because I don't want my onion, well, the onion won't, but I want to cook the onion or saute the onion. So there's like specific things like that I feel my path goes. And I don't know if like my guides are they really try to put it in my face because sometimes I don't know if like the signs aren't like signy enough. And so like I notice that there might be a sign, but then I'm like confused because I don't know how I should respond to it or like the direction. But I feel that lately it's been more direct and I am I feel like I try to take those hints because well, a lot of times it like really veers me into those directions. So and then my friend was talking about well my best friend was talking about how it's been like this way and that way the past month and she's a Gemini and and I was like a typical I don't know modern person that talks about star signs I guess maybe it's been like that but I'm like well it's Pisces season so and she's like is that good? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, well, for her, I'm happy that it's Pisces season, but um sometimes it's just like a different cycle, a different time of the year. Sometimes like a change up in like scenery or like routine is not a bad thing, but I feel that when you go through those times, it helps you adapt and like not train, I guess, or maybe in that way to take those things and not be maybe you get upset or maybe it's not something that you would want. And I feel that it's not always change is not always going to be something that you want, but there might be like dancing with life and just going with the flow. A lot of times some people get surprised like when some like freestyle life type of lifestyles, I said it like that, um, are surprised that you could just like go with that type of change and it's not even like batting an eye. But it is like kind of wherever the wind takes you type of feeling and um it when things are like meant to be it finds its way and um if you have like a god source or a god deity, what have you, and you believe that there's like good intention behind or like silver lining with stuff that's happening, you could believe that too. Sorry, my shirt is kind of damp because typical me, I had a snack in the car and a little bit got on it, but luckily it came off. Um, but I just wanted to make sure. So I doused that section of it. And like it talks about change too. This is the Wheel of Fortune in my deck. And there's like a clock with no time there. So I feel that there's something timeless about this moment, and to enjoy yourself in the moments that you can. Um, take things seriously when you feel like it's important to take things seriously. Smile when you're able to, and try to think about the happiest memory or memories that you have. And when you're in your saddest moments, like, I feel like it may be able to help alleviate some of that. There's like tens here. So there's the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Swords, and even the Knight of Pentacles too. I feel like there's some point or some area in your life that might be more definite. Like, this is how it is. And maybe it was like put on you, and um it might be like a tedious job um to do, that might be lengthy. It kind of reminds me of like the going back to school and the school course. And at first I was like, I don't know. And I tried to like think about it in a way where I don't need to have like, I mean, school isn't necessarily instant gratification, and it's over time. And um, I know one of my friends from high school, she recently graduated and she was in college longer, doing her degree. And I'm super happy that she graduated. And then my other friend, she is kind of changed her field in a way, and she has like, it's like a contract where you have to train with that job for a period of time, like 3 years, and then it completes like this period of that type of training. And so um mine is definitely not that long, but it's like I didn't want to keep jumping, but at the same time I was like, um well, not at the same time. I wanted to kind of stick to what I was doing and grow from that, go from there, because it felt right for me to do it. Because um, I feel like it's a good jump start, and I have a couple of years of experience in that field, and then I would get the certification, and that would open up more avenues for me. And so I was like, I might as well do this and take the time, even though I don't want to take the time to do it. But I feel like maybe life forces these things upon you, and then um, it helps you move forward in some way. And I kind of would feel it out. Like, it's almost when you're feeling how your body reacts to certain things, whether you're feeling it like emotionally or sensing it in a different way, like really analyzing certain moments or the facts that you have or the information that you have and the information that you don't have. Um, it's like maybe feeling how your body feels when you eat certain things and when it gets full. Um, are you going to keep eating even though your body might be telling you that it doesn't want to take anymore because it'll be hard for it to metabolize it? So there just seems to be like um, an importance of being able to have a sensory, like, well, to sense different things from different in different ways and in different parts of your life. I feel like with the Ten of Swords, it gets its answer, and it does lead because my deck is the Earth Fairy Tarot, and there's the Will-o'-the-Wisps, and they're leading you like on a path. And sometimes you don't exactly know the path, and it's nighttime. A lot of my pictures, majority of my pictures are nighttime, but so it is in a way like navigating life in the dark. So that's why we train our other senses to feel the way too. And it's like well, it is 222, and maybe you want to count two in 2025. So there is like that special duality type of energy there, and numerically, if you want to look at it like that, you have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Wands. I feel like there's a lot of responsibility with this Nine of Wands because traditionally with the Nine of Wands, it's a fatigued person. It's like a damaged or like wounded person, but it still has the aspect of like like walls or like a fort. There's something that there's like pegs to protect that area or to protect yourself in some way, or to there's something that like keeps fighting. It's like the warrior spirit of the Nine of Wands, and combined with the Queen of Cups, it's interesting because there's like the alleviating energy that maybe another person could bring. Um, I don't have to read for signs, but that's also a water sign. I associate it with Cancer. There's the Knight of Swords that I associate Gemini with. And I feel like the healing, even though it's not like a straight direction, because the Queen of Cups, even though the card isn't here, it's a card or a zodiac sign that's linked to the Chariot in the Major Arcana. And then the Knight of Swords is linked to the Lover's card in the Major Arcana. Again, that card isn't in the reading. But I feel that the Queen of Cups is also one of those sensitive beings. So at the same time, I feel like it is and it isn't, meaning like I feel like it's the duality of two people, but at the same time, I feel like the Queen of Cups can represent both people too. The Queen of Cups, um, soft soul seems to have more of like if it's a wounded warrior type of energy, there might be some expression of maybe loss or stress or sadness or everything and more. There is like that expression of um needing to release certain emotions or at least express certain emotions. And then at the same time, I feel that the Nine of Wands is almost like relying or um, being able to confide or go to this Queen of Cups because it's also like the Queen and it tends to be more the like the maternal energies, one of the maternal energies of the deck, tends to confide in this other archetype. And it doesn't have to be maternal, but it can have that um, healing, loving, wanting to nurture type of response to this. So I feel like it's a good combination because sometimes people stray away or like they push people away if they feel like they're not, maybe sometimes people don't really look for answers. A lot of times people don't really look for answers when they're like talking about their feelings. They usually, well, not usually, well, it depends, but a lot of times they want to just have somebody there. And um, the Queen of Cups, I feel like, can help with that. But the Four of Swords being in reverse, I feel that somebody is really wanting to open up in that way. You have the obstacle. I didn't turn that over yet. And it's the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands, like I see the snowflakes here, it just makes me feel that things are like so, there's so much and it's so detailed and there's just everything in between. The Seven of Wands is an energy that you could really feel that or sense that there's either a lot to fight for, or there might be like a lot of backlash, um, as if there might be people on the opposing side, or like just so many things that you have to fight for in order to get on the I was getting like platform, the place where you need to be or where this needs to go. There just seems to be a lot of heavy duty work. And sometimes it isn't so physical. Sometimes it could be a lot of maybe on top of schoolwork, there's school activities. There just seems to be piles of things to do, and it's not something that can be easily maneuvered or juggled. There does seem to be like a hyper focus on the overall energy and how to overcome the obstacle, because how to overcome the obstacle is the Ten of Cups, and then the overall energy is the Knight of Swords. And it's interesting with this combination because the Knight of Swords has a cigarette and then there's like explosives here. So, um, for some, it could be clearing your schedule or like trying to put focus on things that really matter. There is a sense too that if there is a reconciliation or if there's something that you're trying to figure out or do in life, if you didn't have focus on maybe the Queen of Cups in the past or like a person or situation in your life in the past, you might get the um like as I said, like if it's meant to be, it'll be there when life feels like or when you're ready for it or for the person. Um I feel that there could be like the opportunity of trying to mend those things, and maybe now you're seeing the importance of a person or something that once was in your life, and now that you've felt what it was without this person or like situation or moment, like thing, now you're like seeing how good things were. I don't feel like it's seeing things from a distance. You could link it to how you want to in your life. There could also be like protection too. Like maybe the hyper focus on other things and not necessarily focusing. There just seems like a lot of the readings I would get would kind of talk about maybe protecting somebody else and maybe the other person not realizing maybe why you're doing that or that you're doing that. Um, it could be protecting you from yourself. It could be protecting you from the type of environment that can be that you know is not good and that you don't want that to muddy those waters of the Queen of Cups. The oracle cards that I have are Arch oh my god. All is well, Archangel Jeremiel. Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings you'll soon understand. Indigo and Crystal Children, Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children, in particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Archangel Saldaphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. I don't know if I was showing them. I think I showed the first one. Just in case. And then this is like an interesting card that I see for this reading, but that's what makes me feel that there's more that like is beyond, and like I was also getting like beyond control too. So it's your safe. Archangel Michael, I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you at your loved ones and home. And with how I overcome the obstacle, like with clarity, for some reason, like with the Knight of Swords, I'm kind of getting like the Adderall energy. I don't take Adderall, but I feel that there is that hyper focus. Um, I would be weary about overworking it though. But there, with the Ten of Cups, there is like a good basis of love being behind it with the Ten of Cups with the Knight of Swords. And I say like headache too, because I did, well, I was compounding medication and I was getting a headache from it. So, because that's how strong the medication was, because I was breaking open the capsule and then putting it into um, other capsules because I was changing the strength of it. So I was compounding Focalin or dexmethylphenidate, and Um, that's kind of within the realm of that discussion, but not specifically. And I just feel like there's like a sensory again of like taking care of yourself in that way, knowing when your body might be telling you that it might be good to go this direction or that direction, or maybe to like pace yourself, or maybe to even speed up on certain things. In the past, it's the Two of Wands. With this one, I feel like it's when it feels like there are dreams that have been dreamt, and I don't feel like it was ever let go. There was like that idea, um, that plan that you wanted to follow through with. And since there's the two people, it can be linking to the archetypes. So I feel like the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups are separate archetypes or people or situations or parties. And then you have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant I feel like is really nice to start off with Pisces season, just because it's one that kind of reminds me of like kind of official. And it doesn't always have to be like this, but like marriage within a church or something, that type of situation. Like there's something that is kind of sacred about it, and it links to like the like the Taurus sign, and that could really be getting things where they need to be. And there might be a divine guidance that comes from that. I'm going to pull out maybe like a couple more cards. That'll be the reading. And I feel like there's well, there is the height difference in the Two of Wands, and it kind of reminds me of like what they say about best friends too, how a lot of times there's like that height difference, and I'm normally the shorter one. I don't think there's been a moment when I wasn't the shorter one. Um, so there, since said that, and like you know how people start businesses together or even build stuff, like since the Hierophant is here in the reading, it kind of makes me feel like there's certain types of ventures that'll take place with that won't be such like a lone wolf or um on your own type of thing. And the two cards that I have, so this is nice. It's the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups. There's quite a bit of cup energy here. And I feel like the Six of Cups is responding to the past. And maybe it's interesting, like, I feel like maybe there was a question or like a discussion that you had with another person, and maybe your answer was different than what you, like, I feel like over time, and maybe that's like the hyperfixation with the Knight of Swords too, like, of what your response, what you feel like maybe, or the other person, what they felt like it should have been, but they didn't answer like that. It's like if a person maybe asks you out or asks you to do this or asks you like in some type of formality to like join them with something, and maybe it might have been like something leading towards that direction, and then maybe even like that with a situation or like a path that you're on, and it's like you gave yourself different things, or like you always have the free will to respond the way that you respond. And I feel like this person, it could be you, but I feel like it's this other person that was like, that keeps like replaying those things over and over and over again. Like they should have responded this way, or like if they could do it again, they'd be like, I would really take that into consideration, or I like, at this point, yeah, I would. And there's something that really dwindles on that, but with the Nine of Cups there, I feel that it's going to be something worthwhile with, because the Nine of Cups is one that um it's like that genie in the bottle type of card, and it's on being cloud nine type of card. Like those are general meanings I try to put, like, not, I guess, my own spin off, but like not just go like from textbook, like to read the deck or to read the cards. I really feel that there is like a sense of celebration that comes out of it because it is a festive card in this deck, based off of the imagery. And so if I also get like with the antlers and the Ten of Pentacles and in the Nine of Cups, it seems that there's like a divine answer, and even the Hierophant, like with the bull having horns, like they say hair or like antlers or horns or what have you. I mean, it depends on like what your beliefs are, but um with like, deer and stuff, it it's one where you can link it to getting answers from the divine, or like even memories. Like each strand is a memory that's like from Celtic lore with the um is it the Shiniki? It's in the it's in the movie Song of the Sea, and it's a children's movie because I love watching those types of things. And it goes into different fairy lore, and it talks about the Selkies, and that's linking to the Song of the Sea. So I really feel that it's something that maybe like once you give your answer, or like I feel like once the other person receives the answer, it's going to maybe clear the air too. And I feel that with the flow, it'll be happy, like to have that type of conversation or response. I feel like there's an uncovering, or a blast from the past type of thing where it's like continuing that conversation. Like I kind of do that. Like I feel like I talk sometimes, and I talk for like maybe 20 minutes or like even 2 hours, and then I go back to like a conversation that I had uh, like 2 hours ago, just to continue that. But I think it's nice, and I feel like it's a good path. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.